Ninth place in the Constructors' Championship overall this season was Williams. Now, Williams, it's been a really mixed bag this season for them overall. Now, of course, they started the season with Alex Albon and Logan Sargeant in the car, just like they ended the 2023 season. But this partnership didn't last for the entire season, with Franco Colapinto coming in partway through the season to replace Logan Sargeant for the remainder of the campaign. Part of the reason for this was because the team was hemorrhaging money when it came to repairs, and in a cost cap era they really couldn't afford that many full rebuilds. And unfortunately, Colapinto actually continued the trend of a lot of crashes in difficult circumstances, sometimes like in Brazil, but some of them a bit unforced errors, you would classify them as, in Las Vegas. Overall, Colapinto, I think, showed a lot of speed and was very positive at times. He definitely started very well indeed in his time in Formula 1, getting points in both Azerbaijan and the United States as well in his first couple of races. And after that, he didn't score any points, but Williams, in truth, was not the best car overall. You would have to say that this season's Williams was very much a downgrade compared to 2023. In 2023, they actually finished all the way up in 7th place in the Constructors. This season down in 9th, and it has to go as a regression. Even if they managed to stay ahead in the final few races of Alpine, which they were ahead before Brazil, it would still go down as a disappointment for me, because overall they've been too inconsistent. The pace of the car hasn't really been there. Alex Albon were pulling off miracles in that car last season, basically dragging them all the way up to 7th place by himself, and this season he couldn't manage it. Now, I understand some people that say that, oh, maybe Alex Albon wasn't as good this season. I don't think he was in truth as good as this season, but at times he definitely overperformed in that car. I mean, at the end of the day, he did beat his teammate both times overall, but he absolutely wiped the floor with Logan Sargeant earlier in the season, and overall he had the edge on Colapinto. So for me, he was above average. Williams very much below average. Colapinto overall about what you would expect. He would impress me for sure, but to say he was above average overall throughout his entire thing in Formula 1, his cameo appearance, as it were, for 9 rounds, I would say would be a bit much personally. And in Sargeant, really, I think he has to get an F grade, because quite frankly, this season, he failed. Simple as that. He was sacked partway through the season for not being quick enough. Didn't score any points this season. So for me, an F is about right. Colapinto was about par, about what you would expect, with a C grade. Definitely showing flashes of brilliance, and I really want to see him back in F1 one day. And I think he does deserve a seat on the 2025 grid a lot more than some other drivers who we will get onto. Don't worry, we're going through all the teams of this rundown. Albon, I can totally understand if you think I'm being a bit too optimistic there with a B. I could definitely see him being a C overall, but for me, throughout the entire season, I think overall he performed above average, so I would give him a B for that. Williams, though, as a team, a D. It's been a big regression for them overall. They'll be hoping for a lot better. I am hopeful they'll be able to do that. They've got a good engine in the back in the form of the Mercedes engine, and James Vowles, I think, is an excellent team principal, but even he will admit that this season has been a disappointment overall. It has to be.